Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle chasing after approval, success, or material wealth, but never truly finding peace? The harsh reality is that many of us are unknowingly trapped in a system designed to keep us running endlessly, measuring our worth by standards set by others. We hustle, we strive, we achieve, only to find that the finish line keeps moving, leaving us exhausted and unfulfilled. But what if there was a way out? A way to break free from this rat race without abandoning your ambitions or becoming indifferent to the world around you? What if true freedom wasn't about escaping challenges, but mastering how we respond to them? This is where the wisdom of Stoicism becomes a game changer. Ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus taught that our happiness and peace depend not on external circumstances, but on how we perceive and respond to them. In this video, we'll uncover 7 powerful Stoic principles that can help you reclaim your happiness, build unshakable inner peace, and live with purpose, no matter what chaos surrounds you. So, if you're ready to stop running in circles and start living with intention, stay with us. Let's dive into these transformative principles that can empower you to escape the rat race for good. Principle number 1, acceptance. Embrace what you cannot control. The first principle of Stoicism is acceptance, which teaches us to embrace what we cannot control while focusing on what we can. This idea is rooted in the teachings of Epictetus, who emphasized that true freedom lies in recognizing the limits of our control and directing our energy accordingly. Acceptance isn't about passive resignation. It's about reclaiming our power by focusing on what truly matters. Think about how much time we waste agonizing over things beyond our control. Traffic jams, other people's opinions, the past, or even the economy. We dwell on what others think of us. We replay past mistakes in our minds, and we fear future scenarios that may never happen. This constant battle with reality drains our energy, leaving us frustrated, anxious, and powerless. Acceptance transforms this mindset by allowing us to release our grip on what we cannot influence and focus that energy on meaningful action. For example, consider a professional athlete who loses a game due to a bad referee call. While most would spiral into blame and frustration, a Stoic athlete would accept the decision swiftly, focusing instead on training harder and refining skills for the next match. This isn't just about optimism. It's a strategic shift of focus that transforms adversity into actionable steps forward. On a personal level, acceptance means recognizing that we cannot control how others feel about us, only how we treat them. It means accepting that the past cannot be changed, but that our response to it can determine our future. It's about realizing that the economy, politics, and even the opinions of others are beyond our influence. But our efforts, discipline, and attitudes are entirely within it. Why is this so important for escaping the rat race? Because so much of the stress and burnout we experience comes from trying to control outcomes that are beyond our influence. By embracing acceptance, you stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable and start investing it where it truly matters, on self-improvement, meaningful goals, and actions that move you forward. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing your battles wisely and playing the game of life strategically. Principle number 2, mindfulness. Stay present and grounded. Mindfulness is the practice of living fully in the present moment, a principle that Marcus Aurelius frequently emphasized in meditations. In a world where we're constantly pulled between regrets of the past and anxieties about the future, mindfulness serves as an anchor, bringing us back to the only time that truly exists, now. The rat race thrives on our tendency to dwell on past mistakes or anxiously anticipate future challenges, leaving us perpetually dissatisfied and distracted. We obsess over past failures and fret about future outcomes, never fully experiencing the present. This mental time travel not only steals our peace, but also our power, because the only time we can act is now. For example, have you ever been so focused on getting promoted that you couldn't enjoy the job you currently have? Or so worried about making a good impression that you couldn't connect authentically with the people around you? This is the trap of living in the past or the future. Mindfulness teaches us to reclaim these moments by focusing our attention on what we're doing right now. Whether it's a simple task like making coffee or a meaningful conversation with a friend, mindfulness doesn't just reduce stress, it enhances performance. Athletes use it to focus under pressure, executives use it to make better decisions, and parents use it to connect more deeply with their children. When you're fully present, you're more focused, more productive, and more capable of responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Why is mindfulness crucial for escaping the rat race? Because it exposes the illusion that happiness is always in the next achievement, the next purchase, or the next goal. It teaches us that fulfillment isn't found by chasing the next thing, but by embracing the present fully. This shift not only reduces stress, but also enhances your ability to make thoughtful decisions, helping you escape the endless pursuit of more and find contentment in the present. Principle number 3, gratitude. Shift focus to what you have. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to the dissatisfaction that fuels the rat race. Seneca believed that a wise person finds joy in appreciating what they have, rather than longing for what they lack. In a society that constantly tells us we need more money, more status, more stuff, gratitude allows us to step off the treadmill of endless desire and recognize the abundance already present in our lives. Gratitude isn't about ignoring your ambitions, it's about balancing them. It's possible to strive for more while appreciating what you already have. When you start seeing life through a lens of gratitude, obstacles become less daunting because you're grounded in a deep appreciation for what you already possess. This mindset doesn't just make us happier, it makes us more resilient. Research shows that people who practice gratitude are not only happier, but also more successful because they can face challenges with a positive mindset. For example, start each morning by listing 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the warmth of your bed, the support of a loved one, or the opportunity to pursue your goals. This practice rewires your brain to focus on the positive, making it easier to resist the pressures of comparison and consumerism that keep us trapped in the rat race. Why is gratitude essential for escaping the rat race? Because it breaks the cycle of comparison and consumerism that keeps us trapped. When you start each day by acknowledging the abundance in your life, you become less susceptible to the pressures of keeping up with others or acquiring more to feel worthy. Principle number 4, resilience. Transform challenges into growth. Resilience is the Stoic ability to transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius captured this mindset perfectly when he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This principle teaches us that every obstacle we face can either defeat us or develop us. It all depends on how we choose to respond. In the context of the rat race, resilience means seeing setbacks not as failures, but as valuable lessons that build strength, character, and wisdom. Life is full of setbacks, failed projects, financial struggles, health challenges, and broken relationships. It's easy to let these experiences make us bitter, to see every obstacle as a sign that the world is against us. But Stoicism offers a different perspective. Resilience is about embracing hardship as a necessary part of the journey, viewing every challenge as an opportunity to practice courage, patience, and persistence. For example, think about J.K. Rowling, who faced numerous rejections before finding a publisher for Harry Potter. Instead of giving up, she used every rejection as fuel to refine her story and strengthen her resolve. This is resilience in action, transforming disappointment into determination. In our own lives, resilience means viewing a layoff as a chance to pursue a new career, a failed relationship as an opportunity to understand ourselves better, or financial hardship as a lesson in managing resources wisely. Resilience is crucial for escaping the rat race because it shifts our focus from outcomes to process. When you stop seeing obstacles as threats and start seeing them as teachers, you become unstoppable. You realize that the true measure of success isn't avoiding adversity, but learning to rise every time you fall. This mindset makes you less fearful of taking risks, more confident in your ability to overcome challenges, and ultimately more capable of achieving your goals without being consumed by the anxiety of failing. A powerful way to cultivate resilience is by reframing how you interpret failure. Instead of seeing it as a sign of your limitations, view it as evidence that you're pushing your limits. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger or wiser? This shift in perspective not only helps you bounce back faster, but also ensures that every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. Principle number 5, virtue. Live by your values. For the Stoics, living a life of virtue was the ultimate goal. They defined virtue as living in accordance with reason and aligning actions with core values like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Seneca argued that a virtuous life is a happy life because it brings inner harmony and peace, regardless of external circumstances. In the context of the rat race, virtue is about aligning your actions with your values, rather than the expectations of society or the pressure to conform. Living virtuously means making decisions based on principles rather than short-term gains or societal approval. It's about doing what's right, even when it's hard, and making choices that reflect who you truly are rather than what others expect you to be. This can mean anything from standing up for a colleague who's being treated unfairly to turning down a lucrative job offer that conflicts with your values. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor who found meaning and purpose even in the horrors of a concentration camp. Frankl's commitment to his values, dignity, integrity, and compassion allowed him to endure unimaginable suffering without losing his humanity. His experience illustrates the Stoic belief that while we cannot control our circumstances, we can always control our response to them. Virtue is essential for escaping the rat race because it frees you from the need for external validation. When you live by your values, your self-worth comes from within, making you immune to the opinions of others and the pressures of comparison. You stop chasing success defined by society and start pursuing a life that's meaningful to you. This shift not only brings a profound sense of freedom, but also ensures that your actions lead to lasting fulfillment rather than temporary applause. To live virtuously, start by identifying your core values. Whether it's honesty, kindness, or perseverance, write them down and use them as a guide for making decisions. Ask yourself, is this action aligned with my values? Will this decision make me proud in the long run? Living this way may not always be easy, but it leads to a life of integrity, peace, and authentic happiness. Principle number 6, perspective. See situations from different angles. Perspective is a Stoic practice that involves reframing how we interpret challenges. Epictetus taught that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. This principle encourages us to see every situation from multiple angles, reducing the emotional impact of adversity. In the context of the rat race, perspective allows us to question societal definitions of success and happiness, freeing us to define these terms for ourselves. Our society often glorifies wealth, status, and constant achievement as the ultimate measures of success. But the Stoics remind us to look deeper, to consider whether these pursuits truly bring the peace or just more anxiety. By adopting a broader perspective, we can begin to see that real success is about inner peace, fulfilling relationships, and a life lived in alignment with our values. A powerful technique for gaining perspective is the view from above, a practice used by Marcus Aurelius. This involves imagining yourself looking down at your life from a high vantage point, seeing not just your struggles, but also the bigger picture. From this height, our problems often seem smaller, our deadlines less urgent, and our failures less catastrophic. It helps us see that life is too short to waste on trivial worries, and that many of the things we stress about won't matter in a year, or even a month. Perspective is crucial for escaping the rat race because it exposes the flaws in societal definitions of success. It allows us to see that true wealth isn't measured in dollars, but in peace of mind. That true power isn't about controlling others, but mastering ourselves. And that true success isn't about achieving more, but about becoming more. When you adopt a Stoic perspective, you stop being a prisoner of society's expectations and start living life on your own terms. To practice perspective, try reflecting on your problems as if they belong to a friend. What advice would you give them? Would the issue seem as overwhelming from the outside looking in? This simple shift can help you respond to challenges with more wisdom, less stress, and a clearer sense of what truly matters. Principle number 7, community. Find strength in connection. The Stoics believed that we are all part of a greater whole and that community is essential for a fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We are made for cooperation like feet, like hands, like eyelids." In today's hyper-individualistic culture, this principle is more relevant than ever. Building meaningful relationships based on mutual support and shared values creates a buffer against the pressures of modern life. Despite living in the most connected age in history, many of us feel profoundly alone, isolated by competition, comparison, and the pressure to do everything on our own. But Stoicism teaches that true strength isn't found in independence, but in interdependence. By forming genuine connections, whether with family, friends, or a community that shares your values, we build a support system that not only helps us through hardships or xips, but also enriches our lives with purpose and belonging. Community is crucial for escaping the rat race because it shifts our focus from competing to connecting. When you surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and support you, you become less susceptible to the toxic comparisons and pressures that fueled the rat race. True wealth isn't measured in possessions but in relationships, in the people who show up when life gets hard and who cheer you on when it gets good. To build a stronger community, start by reaching out to people who share your interests and values. Join clubs, volunteer, or simply make an effort to reconnect with old friends. Invest in relationships by being present, listening without distraction, and offering support without expecting anything in return. As you do, you'll find that the rat race loses its grip, because when you're rich in relationships, you're truly wealthy. Reclaim your freedom with the Stoic Code. If you found these Stoic principles powerful, you're not alone. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus offers a pathway to true freedom amidst the chaos of modern life. In this video, we explored how societal norms and the relentless pursuit of approval, success, and material wealth can trap us in the rat race, leaving us exhausted, unfulfilled, and disconnected from what truly matters. But by embracing the Stoic principles of acceptance, mindfulness, gratitude, resilience, virtue, perspective, and community, we can reclaim our power, find peace in the present, and build a life of purpose and fulfillment. Stoicism isn't about abandoning ambition or retreating from the world. It's about learning to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace, focusing on what you can control, letting go of what you can't, and aligning your actions with your values. When you adopt these principles, you stop living by society's script and start writing your own. You realize that true wealth isn't found in bank accounts, but in the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're living authentically. That true success isn't about climbing higher than others, but about rising to your own potential. And that true freedom isn't about escaping difficulties, but about mastering them. Imagine what your life could look like if you embraced these principles fully. You'd wake up each day with a clear sense of purpose, unshaken by the opinions of others or the uncertainties of the future. You'd pursue your goals not out of fear of falling behind, but out of a genuine desire to grow and contribute. You'd measure your success not by how much you have, but by how aligned your actions are with your values. This isn't just a better way to live, it's the only way to escape the rat race for good. But the journey doesn't end here. Like any skill, mastering these principles takes practice, patience, and a community of like-minded people who can inspire and support you along the way. That's why we created the Stoic Code, to provide a space where you can learn, grow, and connect with others who share your commitment to living a life of wisdom, purpose, and resilience. If you're ready to step off the treadmill of societal expectations and start living with true purpose and freedom, we invite you to subscribe to the Stoic Code. By joining this community, you're not just subscribing to a channel, you're committing to a life of resilience, clarity, and deeper meaning. Each week, we share insights, practical strategies, and timeless wisdom from the Stoics to help you build a life of unshakable inner peace and authentic success. And don't keep this wisdom to yourself. Share this video with friends, family, or anyone who feels overwhelmed by the demands of modern life. By spreading these insights, you're helping others break free from the constraints of the rat race and discover the path to inner peace and authentic living. Imagine the ripple effect we could create if each of us committed to living by these principles, not just for ourselves, but for the people we love and the world we live in. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments below. Share your thoughts, your struggles, or your favorite Stoic principles that help you navigate the complexities of life. Your story might be the spark that inspires someone else to start their journey toward freedom and fulfillment. Whether it's a small win, like choosing gratitude over comparison, or a major breakthrough, your experience matters. By sharing your journey, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping others realize that they too can find peace amidst the chaos. Together, let's continue to explore the wisdom of Stoicism, one principle at a time. Stay strong, stay grounded, and keep moving forward with purpose. Remember, the rat race only ends when we decide to stop running in circles and start walking our own path. And that path begins with a single step, choosing to live by principles rather than pressures, by wisdom rather than whims, by purpose rather than performance. So take that step today, share and join us on this journey of mastering resilience, inner freedom, and purposeful living. The wisdom of the Stoics has endured for centuries for a reason, because it works. It worked for emperors, for slaves, for soldiers, and for scholars, and it can work for you. No matter who you are, where you are, or what you're facing, you have the power to reclaim your freedom, not by escaping the world, but by mastering yourself. Let's walk this path together, one principle at a time.